what you wanted, but you don't even trust yourself. We were so high up in love, but not enough to bring us back from where we fell. I feel paralyzed looking in your eyes.
Hi.
My name is Miriam.
Hi.
From Crossroads Hospice. We call ourselves the Green People.
People. Why the green people?
Well, everybody wears green for hospice. It's like the representation of life and growth and achievement.
That's interesting. Never
Yeah.
even heard of it.
So I hear that your dad has end-stage Alzheimer's. Is that correct? Okay. So I have some questions I need to ask you. Some might be a little uncomfortable for you, and some you may not know. So if not, that's fine. And if you feel uncomfortable, you don't have to answer. But it's just to get a better understanding of your dad and what services and activities and services that he can like benefit from.
Okay.
Okay. So, does he smoke?
Yeah, I think like maybe once a day.
Okay. Does he drink?
He might have like a beer like on a Saturday night.
Okay.
Or at least he used to. I don't think he does very much now since he kind of doesn't remember.
Okay. That's fine because the facility that he's at now does have a drinking part. So if they do feel like they want to drink, because we can't say no, and the facility can't say no because it's their right. Also for smoking, there is a smoking patio if he wants to go there, or they can bring him there. It can also help alleviate his stress.
I think he'll like that, the smoking patio.
Okay, we want to keep stay consistent, all his routines consistent, so it doesn't cause any more delays in his memory.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know any of his hobbies? Like, do you remember what he likes, what he doesn't like?
He's huge in sports.
Okay.
He used to play, well, he played basketball for like his team, well, his work, because he used to have like a work basketball thing.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't really like basketball, but he's huge on football, and he likes, what else? No, I think it was just mostly football that he really likes.
Okay.
No, he likes softball. That's what the other one was.
Okay. So does he more like college or pro or?
He just does it for fun. He's not really like into like the whole like, oh, we need to win. He just wants to have fun and, you know, they'll drink some beers here and there when he used to play. But
okay. So we have something called a gift of the day. It's actually based on the book The Ultimate Gift. So we try to recreate their favorite day or the best day that they can have to give them their last dying wish. So if he liked football, that's why I was wondering if it was like more college or pro. We could try to give like his whole room a theme. So if let's say he liked the Cleveland Browns, then we could decorate his rooms with a bunch of Browns things. We can maybe take him to a game, get him Browns blankets, pictures, anything football-y that he likes. Okay. So, my bad, since that's the rival.
Loves the Steelers.
Okay, so let's say the Steelers won.
Yes.
Okay. That's great. So, has he ever suffered depression?
Yes, he has. He was in the military for like 23 years, I think. It might have been 24.
Okay.
So he's been in it for a really long time. And he used to, well, he got deployed to Afghanistan, if I can say the word right.
Okay.
And he did get shot at a couple of times, but thankfully nothing hit him.
Okay.
So sometimes he'll like think he's back there and, you know, be depressed because he's like, oh, I got shot at.
Okay. Do you know if he suffers from PTSD too?
I think he does because he used to go to a counselor, and so I'm pretty sure he probably got PTSD diagnosed.
Okay. Okay. So, do you think, since he suffers from depression, do you think he might benefit from a volunteer? So, for volunteers, we have people that go out and they can take him places. They can come talk to him if he doesn't feel like leaving. We also have dog volunteers or kitten volunteers that they bring cats also if he likes animals. Do you think that's something that he may benefit from?
Yeah. He loves dogs. He doesn't like cats. He
Okay.
just thinks they're there to be there, and he loves to have like them cuddle with him and like pay attention to him. So I think he would be very good with dog volunteers. He might like people because he does love to tell his stories.
Okay, so he's still a little more cognitive there that he can.
And he might
express
tell you
them.
like 15 different times the same story.
That's
But
fine.
he loves his stories.
Does he more like big dogs or little dogs, and any specific types of dogs that he likes or
He
dislikes?
likes them all.
Okay,
I don't think he really has a preference.
okay, that's great.
He grew up with dogs, so.
Okay, what
Yeah.
kind?
Oh gosh. He had this huge black one who actually died, I think, a couple years ago. So we
Okay.
were all depressed about that. And now we have a toy Australian Shepherd, a Terrier mix, a Border Collie mix, and a Pit Bull mix.
Okay.
So, but we've had Dalmatians, we've had Labs, Border Collies, we've had them all.
Okay. Well, since he got a little more depressed when his big black dog died, we probably would try to recreate that kind of memory for him. So I'll probably get him a big black volunteer dog. So
I
He'll
think
feel
that would
more
be
comfortable.
good.
okay, and also you can bring your dogs as well.
Really?
Mhm.
I can?
Yeah,
Huh. I did not know that.
we can get them like compassionate dog certified. So then, I mean, unless they're like aggressive or they bark a
No.
lot to disturb other
Oh.
residents, then
Well, some of them bark because they want attention. So I
Okay.
think if they have the attention, they won't bark. But I don't know.
well, that's fine. Also, we could take him outside with your dogs if that might recreate more memory for him because
Okay.
we always want to foster his memory even though it's declining still. We still want to like foster memories to see how long they can still last.
Okay.
Here's a question you may or may not know. Is he sexually active?
I have no idea. I mean,
That's fine.
He's
Most
my
children
father.
don't.
I really don't want to know.
I definitely understand that. Most kids don't know. That's totally fine.
It's so gross thinking of that.
Well, even though he is end-stage Alzheimer's and elderly, they are still sexually active, and that's a really big thing that's going on in nursing homes is that there's so many STDs getting spread because they're not aware of, well, they know that they can't get pregnant, so they normally don't take the proper protocols to.
Oh, that's
like-
gross.
Yeah, but it's a normal part of life, so
Yeah, but still,
it's your dad.
my dad, yeah.
I definitely understand that. How many kids does he have?
He has 3 kids.
Okay. Are you
I'm including myself.
what level are you in? Are you oldest, youngest, middle?
The eldest.
Okay. Do you know if he has a power of attorney or a legal guardian? Or is he still his main?
I think my mom is his power of attorney.
Okay.
Attorney.
Okay. That's fine. Just because since there's so many kids, we don't know like which one to go to next.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
fine.
pretty sure it's my mom.
So another thing is we have something called co-statuses. So when he starts declining more, we need to know what you guys would want to do as in a DNR, which is do not resuscitate, DNRCC, which is do not resuscitate comfort care. That means you're just giving them comforting meds to keep them comfortable in the dying process. Because the goal of hospice is they don't want them to suffer when they're dying. They want to be as comfortable as possible. And obviously that's the goal of the family too, just so that they can feel relaxed and be as peaceful as they can when their loved ones are going on. There's also DNRCC arrest. So that is, they'll do everything, comfort care and all that, until they arrest, and they will shock them, but they won't do compressions on them. Compressions is when you push on their chest, and sometimes there are broken ribs.
So it's like CPR type?
Yes.
Okay.
So it depends on what you guys want. You don't have to answer that now. You can talk to your mom about it. Your whole family could make the decision together, but obviously everything goes through your mom, so.
Yeah. But I would think he would want DNRCC
Okay.
because he if it's his time to go, he wants to go. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to get like the full like help to like die. I mean, to become back alive, or whatever you want to call it. Because yeah, it's his time to go. Let him go.
Yeah.
Cross the bridge.
Do you? This may be a really, I mean, this is a really touchy subject for a lot of people. Do you know if there's a funeral home picked out?
I can't. I don't know.
That's
No,
fine.
I don't think so.
Do you and your family need help with that, or do you guys, would you like to do that on your own?
I'm pretty sure we want to go in for like the veterans one.
Okay.
So, but again, we don't. Because he wants to be cremated.
Okay.
I don't know if the veterans will let you cremate him.
That's something we can definitely find out.
Yeah, could you?
Yeah.
Awesome. And then I'll let my mom know, because I honestly don't know. Because I know that's what he wants. He wants to be cremated.
Okay.
So.
And still being a vet, he was honorably discharged, so
Yes.
you definitely want that respect for the veterans. For insurance purposes, do you know what his insurance is?
He has, I think, so he has the military insurance, so I don't know if that's
So he does get
something
VA
different.
benefits.
Yeah, he gets VA benefits.
Okay.
I want to say it's Medicaid,
Okay.
but it could be Medicare. To be honest, yeah, they just confuse me. They're all the same. They even sound similar.
That's really understandable. But just to let you know, everything is covered under Crossroads, so there's no expenses to you. Medication, services, nothing is coming out of your pocket.
Awesome. That's good to know.
So what is your understanding of hospice?
I understand that you're here to help my dad.
Okay.
That you're here to basically help him keep him comfortable is what I'm taking it. 'Cause I'm assuming you don't really have like people who aren't dying in hospice. So hospice is for the dying, something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that's it.
No, that's fine. That was actually really good. You have been educated on that. Yes, we want to keep them comfortable through the dying process. And there's different stages of the dying process, and we can't really say when a person's going to die. Hospice, yes, is for dying patients, although there is a limit to 6 months to live. And we really don't like telling our families that just because it makes them more anxious, more stressed, and you don't know. Like I said, the dying process is unpredictable.
Mm-hmm.
So we could have somebody that is supposedly supposed to die, and they could live for 3 years. So if they meet their 6 months quota and they still haven't died, we'll reassess them to see if they're still dying or if they're able to go to our palliative care. So palliative is just palliating their symptoms. So they can be on it for years, but you don't have to be dying on it. And then if they start declining, then we move them back to hospice. So you still get all that care, it's just you're going to be in a different side of it.
Okay.
So your dad has end-stage Alzheimer's, so that can take years or months depending on how fast his decline is.
His mind takes them.
Yeah, so that's why we're always trying to foster new memories and recreate them just so he can still have them to see maybe he's not hospice appropriate and we can palliate him back. But since he is hospice appropriate, then we'll do everything we can to make you guys less stressed and him more comfortable and you guys more comfortable. And we can alleviate all, like, add more supports to you guys, your dad, if you guys feel that you guys need any.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So I remember you saying that he was a veteran.
Yes.
So we have something called veteran recognitions and their pinnings. So, and there's also a study that we also do with it. So we see if PTSD affects the Alzheimer's or does Alzheimer's affect the PTSD. Is there like a little bridge going on there that might be blocking something? So maybe a new memory of the war, positive or negative, could recreate way more memories and slow down the Alzheimer's process. So by doing that, during veterans recognitions, we do pinnings. So we have a veteran who served in any different type of war. Afghanistan, Korea, Vietnam. So we have all different ages, and also now we have different sexes. So we also have women doing it and men. So they go around thanking them for their services and support them with everything they need. They give them a pin to pin on them to thank them for their services. We also play music that they might know, like Star Spangled Banner. We start off saying a prayer. We start off doing the national anthem. So sometimes those memories that haven't been touched yet can, like, we had somebody who started reciting the national anthem, and they were full stage and end stage Alzheimer's, but that recreated a memory, so they could remember that. So that's where our study is seeing if it does create more memories. Is it the PTSD, or is it the Alzheimer's, or like what memories can we pull back up from that?
They probably remember the national anthem because they used to play it exactly at 12 o'clock every single day. They, overseas, they would play at the movie theaters. Before the movie would even start, they'd play the national anthem.
Okay.
So you'd have to stand up and like listen to that until it was done, and then you could sit down and then enjoy the movie. They would do it, I want to say about like 3 o'clock at night too. So they had like certain times they would always play the national anthem. So it was every single day, that's what you heard.
That is really interesting. See, I'm not from the Army. I don't have any military background. So as you have a whole different military culture that you and him can like express, like that's really amazing that I never knew that.
Do you think we can get like, are we allowed to play music in his room?
Yeah. There
That'd
should be no reason why not.
So I might like keep that then, like play the national anthem in his room.
Mm-hmm. You can do whatever makes you guys feel comfortable.
Do you think that would help him though? Like help him kind of remember, or like keep him just like on track or peaceful, I guess? Would it make him peaceful?
It could or could not. We really don't know what goes on in their minds. The brain is always the unknown. Mm-hmm. There's so many studies going on in brains that we really don't know what's going on there, but it can't hurt to try. It's music.
Yeah. It is, and it's what he grew up with, and it's what I've grown up with, because he's been in it since my entire life, basically. So.
Mm-hmm. So I would say go for it.
Awesome. I'll have to try that.
So we also have something called a life journal. This is also an extra service that we throw in. We talk to the family members. Obviously, I'm talking to you. If I can get your other siblings, your mom, if she has any pictures or stories that you guys have about him, we put it all in this big book, and it helps other family members know like his story, his like what happened in his life, like the 3 a.m. national anthem. Like that's something that maybe your children or your nieces or nephews might never know that until they read that. So it's just something to, I don't know, recreate what he put into the world, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I can give a bunch of funny stories of it. Him and my uncle, I think it was my uncle. No, it was I consider him my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
He decided to go pee on an electric fence. I think he learned his lesson that day, but
I would say
crazy stuff.
See, that's a good story for the book. the fun humor.
Yep.
Seems like he was a fun guy.
He was. I mean, he was serious when it came to his work. He got everything done. He made sure everyone was on the right track. But when he was like out of work, he was funny.
Can you tell me what kind of work that he did?
He used to work on planes, so he would be like on the airfield, right? Is that what it's called? Air run, whatever it is, wherever the planes are on. He would do that, and so wasn't a mechanic, but he'd make sure everything was like all set. He would run people, tell them like what to do, make sure they were doing the right stuff. So
sounds like he had a lot of responsibilities.
He did, and had a lot of meetings and stuff. So
wow, that's amazing that somebody was able to do that. So do you know maybe if we could recreate airplanes, or that might be something? I'm always going to try to throw in gifted ideas. So just so we can know like what.
Yes, he loves airplanes. He has a favorite one, but I can't remember what it is just right now. I'd have to like ask my mom because she knows. But yeah, he has one favorite one that he loves. He'd probably go back to it if he could. But yeah, he worked on so many of them.
So what is your goal for hospice?
My goal is just to get my dad the care he needs.
Oh, that's really stressful on children because they want to do the best for their families, but then again, they're one person. So here's the thing about hospice is we have so many professions working in hospice.
Mm-hmm.
You have your doctors that come check on him. So if he's not working with the medications or he doesn't like them, if you feel or your mom feels like that they're not necessary, we can discontinue them.
Okay.
Like I said, all medications are through hospice, so there's no price involved. You have STNAs, so they come twice a week to clean them up. You can also recommend if you want more baths or showers, or like take him for walks, whatever makes him more comfortable and what makes you guys more comfortable. You also have respite stays. So if you guys don't feel like the nursing home is right for him, then you guys can try to place him in another one. And also we can help with that process to find which ones are the best for him.
Okay.
You have social workers like myself. We come out and talk to your father, even if he's just laying there quietly. We'll touch his arm, we'll read him stories, we can sing him songs, we play music for him, or we just talk about stuff. Like even if he's not responding, I can just tell him a story about what happened in the day. Just so he can still feel like a person. We still want to respect him, and he's a person. Yeah. So you want to make them as comfortable as possible because we don't know if they hear us. So if they are hearing people walking in, they're going to be like, why aren't they talking to me? So we just give them that more interpersonal connection.
Okay.
And you also have case managers. So the case managers are the ones that are assessing the meds. They assess if he has any wounds, like how big is the wound, what else? If he's starting to contract, are we able to like loosen his arms? Whatever we can do to make him more comfortable. And also we come out and talk to the family. So if, like I said, if you feel like meds could be discontinued, you can suggest that. We talk to you to see how you're coping with things. So do you have a big support system? Because I know this is a big burden for you and a lot of stress.
I have my sisters, I have my mom. I have a couple like family friends. I have grandparents, but I mean the closest one's like PA.
Okay.
The other one's like in Florida, so not grandparents, family members. Sorry.
So it seems like you have a lot of people to lean on.
Yeah, if needed to, and they're they can always travel.
Excuse me. So, what do you do for like self-care? Like, what gives you like relief, like stress?
I go to the gym. I play with my dogs. I love my dogs. They're like the best thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
you play with your dog. Do you play with your dogs for like relaxation? Do you have any other relaxation things that we could?
Sometimes I color in like the adult coloring books, which I know is silly, but I like them. I'll even do the kids coloring books just because I like Disney. Huge Disney fan. So I also watch Disney movies.
Okay, those are always good ones. Which is your favorite?
I love Tinkerbell. All like what? Is there 4 of them? 5 of them now?
Mm-hmm.
And then I love Ariel.
Little Mermaid.
Oh yes, sorry, I was near the. Yes, Little Mermaid. I love Little Mermaid.
Seems like you have a lot of supports, a lot of outlets to relieve all your stress.
Mm-hmm.
You can always, no matter what, we are here 24 hours. You can always call Crossroads for any assistance that you need. Even if you want to just talk and spill what you're feeling about anything, work, your dad, your family, anything that we can help you with, we are always here for you.
Okay.
So, can you tell me more about like your mom? Because I know that she's a big support in your dad's health. So.
Well, she still works. She works at PNC,
Okay.
which is a bank. She loves dogs too. She loves Disney. She's actually wanting to plan a trip to go to Disneyland.
That sounds fun.
Or Disney World. Wherever's in Florida. It's Disney. Something. She's, the best mom ever.
So tell me what you're feeling right now, because I know this is a lot of information and a lot of like things going on. Like, how are you feeling about this whole process?
Well, I mean, I was stressed and nervous when I first walked in here, but I think with you explaining stuff and knowing that you guys will actually be there to make sure he's getting the care he needs and everything, I think it's less stressful, and I feel kind of relieved that we chose you guys to come and assist him.
So what I'm hearing is that you're feeling less stressed knowing that he's been taken care of.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that he's going to be taken care of by you guys.
And we will. We have people around the clock, and if he starts declining, we will have people 24/7 in his room with him. So is there anything else we can do for you? Because I know this is so, like I said, this is so stressful and so much information.
I don't think so. I think it's just, do you have your card?
Yes. I can actually get it for you when we walk. I'll walk out with you, so.
Yeah.
So, what other kind of questions do you have for us?
So how do you know if he's like, because you say you give him 24-hour care when he gets closer to death. How do you know?
Well, like I said, there's so many different signs of decline. If he's not eating as much as he is, food intake and fluid intake. So that's a really big sign. So we do also have people monitoring how much intake that he is. You'll see that he's being more dehydrated. He's not as talkative as he used to be, because you said he likes telling stories. So even if they're repeated 100 times, that's still a big sign. Not as talkative. If he's more withdrawn, his ears sometimes will go back to his neck. It's more of like a sign of like not as much water intake, so not everything's flowing. There's motoring in the feet, so they come more like color, like discolored and colder. And if you guys notice anything and Crossroads is not there yet, you are recommended to call us so we can be there to support you and support him in the last times.
Okay. So if I see anything at all, I can just call you guys and be like, hey, I think this is what's going on.
Yeah, feel free. You can just call me if you need to talk. Like I said, don't be scared to call. We're
Awesome,
always
that's
here.
good to know.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
So I hope everything. Obviously, this is not a comfortable situation, but I hope I made it as more comfortable for you, so you can understand what's going on.
Yeah, I think you did too. You really did help.
Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that. So, like I said, call me anytime. We can get my card on the way out.
Yes.